Good morning, dear students. How are you all? Hope you all had a fine vacation. And as you all aware, before your summer vacation, we were dealing with tissues chapter in your biology. So we are going to continue with the same. And now we are going to discuss about animal tissues. So let's start with the class, children.
Like plants, the body of animals is also made up of different types of tissues which perform specific functions. For example, contraction and relaxation of muscle cells result in the movement of body parts. Blood and lymph carry substances from one part to another. Nerve cells respond to external and internal stimuli, etc. Thus, muscles, blood, lymph, nerves, etc. are the examples of tissues found in our body. On the basis of the functions they perform, the animal tissues can be broadly classified into the following four types. That is epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, and nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue or epithelium. It's the simplest kind of animal tissue that occurs as a protective covering. It consists of one or more layers of tightly cohesive sheets of cells which cover the external surface of the body and viscera. Viscera, children, means internal organs or lining the cavities and the body. For example, the skin, surface layer of mouth, alimentary canal, lungs, etc. are all made up of epithelial tissue. The cells are closely packed and there is little intercellular material present between them. The cells are held together by intercellular junctions. The epithelial tissue rests on a thin non-cellular basement membrane. The epithelium is not traversed by blood vessels. The blood vessels lie in the connective tissue across the basement membrane. Now, if we talk about the functions of epithelial tissue, children, first of all, we have to see epithelia cover the body surface as an outer layer of skin and provide protection to the underlying tissues from mechanical injury, drying up, entry of germs and harmful chemicals. Epithelia forms inner lining of mouth, alimentary canal and other internal organs inside the body and protect these organs. Epithelial lining of the intestine absorbs water and digested food. Epithelial tissue also helps in the elimination of nitrogenous and other waste products. Epithelial lining of the cavities give rise to glands that provide valuable secretions such as mucus, gastric juice, etc. Depending on the shape and function, they are classified as squamous epithelium, which is present in the lining of mouth and esophagus, and cuboidal epithelium in the lining of kidney tubules and salivary glands. Columnar epithelium, which is present in the intestine, and columnar epithelium with cilia in the lining of respiratory tract. Children, here columnar epithelium with cilia is called as ciliated columnar epithelium. Now, second type of tissue we are going to discuss, connective tissue, children. Connective tissues of animals serve the functions of binding and joining one tissue to another, forming protective sheath and packaging material around the various organs, separating them so that they do not interfere with other activities, carrying materials from one part to another in the body, forming a supportive framework of cartilage and bones for the body, etc. Thus, the major functions of connective tissue are binding, supporting, and packaging together different organs of the body. Children, we have five major types of connective tissue: areolar tissue, dense regular connective tissue, adipose tissue, skeletal tissue, and fluid tissue. So first of all, we'll be talking about the connective tissue, which is blood. Blood is the most important liquid connective tissue, children, which consists of an aqueous mixture of substances in solution in which are suspended different types of free floating cells, which are called as blood corpuscles. The blood plasma is a pale straw colored fluid matrix or medium consisting of about 90% water, and 10% mixture of different types of molecules that enter the blood at various locations. These substances include proteins, glucose, amino acids, lipids, vitamins, and so on. They belong to the category of nutrients, waste, hormones, and osmoregulators. In vertebrates, the blood corpuscles are RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. RBCs in mammals are small, circular, biconcave discs and lack nuclei when mature. There are about 5 million red blood cells per millimeter cube of blood. They are packed with iron rich, red colored, oxygen carrying protein pigment called hemoglobin. The white blood corpuscles, children, you all know they are called as, they are simply called as the soldiers of our body because they help us in fighting against the diseases. And blood platelets, their function is for coagulation of blood. They are responsible for the coagulation of blood, that is the clotting of blood. Another connective tissue is bone. Bone is a very strong and non-flexible vertebrate connective tissue. A compact bone consists of living bone cells called osteoblasts embedded in a firm calcified matrix. Children, calcified means filled with calcium. The osteoblasts are contained in lacunae, which are arranged in concentric circles present throughout the matrix. The lacunae are also traversed by nerves and blood vessels. The blood vessels passing through them provide nutrients to osteoblasts and help exchange of material. A bone is connected by a muscle with another connective tissue called tendon that we'll be discussing later. Yes, children, now cartilage. Cartilage is a hard but flexible skeletal tissue consisting of living cells embedded in a matrix. The cells become chondrocytes when get surrounded within special fluid-filled chambers called lacunae. The cartilage is a connective tissue which is solid matrix composed of proteins and sugars. It is commonly seen in nose, ear, trachea, and larynx. The cartilage is more compressible than bone. It absorbs stresses and provides flexibility to the body parts. So next type is areolar connective tissue, which is found between the skin and muscles around the blood vessels. It supports internal organs and aids in repair of tissue. This is also known as loose connective tissue, and it is widely distributed connective tissue in the animal body. Next type is adipose connective tissue. Adipose is primarily a fat storing tissue, children, in which the matrix is packed with large spherical or oval fat cells, which are also called as adipocytes. Each fat cell contains a large fat globule. The matrix also contains fibroblasts, macrophages, collagen fibers, and elastin fibers. The adipose tissue is arranged in lobules encased in areolar tissue. The adipose tissue is found beneath the skin, in the covering of the heart, around the blood vessels and kidneys, and in yellow bone marrow. The tissue stores fat and insulates the body against heat loss. It forms a shock absorbing cushion around the kidneys and the eyeballs.
That's all for today's class, children. Hope whatever was explained to you, you have understood it nicely. Even then, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. That's all. Thank you. God bless you all.